So you may say, why is she talking about graduation? It's way too early to start thinking about graduation. Well, it's never too early to start thinking about graduation. Make graduation your primary goal. Schedule your classes each semester working toward that goal. Schedule your class load to meet those graduation goals. 12 hours is full-time. 15 hours is recommended to graduate in 4 or 4.5 years. And then 18 hours if you want to graduate more quickly. Be sure to check out your program sheets or your curriculum sheets and work towards your graduation requirements each semester. Make sure you're on track. Talk with your advisor, and don't forget, file your intent to graduate form when you have completed 90 credit hours. If you will file your intent to graduate form after you complete 90 hours, this will give you and your advisor at least 2 semesters to make sure that you've met all of your requirements. I've also listed some of the other graduation requirements that you need to be aware of. You must complete a minimum of 120 hours, and some programs have additional hour requirements in order to graduate from ETSU. Developmental Studies program courses do not count toward these minimum graduation hours. You must have a minimum of 30 hours completed at ETSU and a minimum of 50 hours from 4-year universities. You must meet the ETSU GPA requirement of a 2.0, and then some programs may have a higher GPA, so you must meet the required major or minor program in your area. And you must also make sure that you complete that CSCI 1100 class or take the proficiency exam and pass it. So you might be wondering, when do I contact my advisor? Well, new students attending orientation will be advised during orientation. If you have additional questions after orientation is over, you may contact your advisor via phone or email or even another appointment, and you can follow up with other questions. Since you are participating in this online orientation, you will be given advisor contact information when you complete the program. Next semester, when it's time for you to register for classes, you'll want to talk with your advisor well before that time. Spring registration begins in early April, so contact your advisor in March. Summer and fall registration begins in early November, so make sure that you're making an appointment with your advisor sometime in October. If you need help finding your advisor or contacting your advisor, either contact the ARC or the Office of Undergraduate Student Advisement, and we'll be glad to help you find your advisor. Many of our students will have multiple advisors. You may have a major advisor, but you could also have a minor advisor. Our athletes are required to see their athletic advisor each semester. We also have an ETSU's honor program and honors and discipline, and they may have additional advisors. Medical professions students, so students that are in programs such as pre-med or pre-vet, they'll have their major advisor, but they also need to make sure that they check in with the medical professions to make sure that they're meeting all the prerequisites that they need to for professional schools. We also have several special programs such as the Nexus, so you may have a Nexus advisor. College of Education advisor will talk to students about licensure. We also have a University Advisement Center located in the ARC that advises students taking developmental studies program courses, like in reading and writing, and they also advise all undeclared students. You may also have an international advisor who's helping you oversee your visa and international requirements. So as you can see, you're going to have lots of help here at ETSU. So I wanted to remind you just a little bit about some communication resources. So don't forget to activate your Gold Mail. It usually takes 3 to 4 days after you register before you're able to activate your Gold Mail. You can use your preferences options in Gold Mail and forward this email to the one that you use on a daily basis. But just be sure to check your email at least once a week. This is how financial aid will get in contact with you. This is how your advisor will talk to you. This is how campus talks with you. I also want to remind you about the academic calendar for students. It's on the ETSU's main webpage. It's going to list holidays, deadline dates, refund dates, last day to drop, last day to add, last day to get a refund. All those important dates that you need to be aware of. So you've probably heard a lot of people talking about GoldLink. So I just wanted to remind you what GoldLink is. So here's a few of the resources that you'll find in GoldLink. You apply to ETSU through GoldLink. You can check your missing requirements. You can check your admission status. You can check your registration status when it's time to register for the next semester. You'll see whether you have any holds, such as parking tickets or library fines. You will see if you have an advisement requirement, if you're required to go to orientation. Those things will be under your registration status. You can also review your transfer evaluation. You can see how the courses that you took at your other schools have transferred to ETSU. You can also review your high school deficiency requirements. You can accept your financial aid awards, confirm registration. You look up and register for classes using GoldLink. You can print your class schedule, you can print the concise schedule, or you can also print the detailed schedule. The detailed schedule will include email addresses for your instructors. You can also review your transcript and look at your midterm and end of the term grades in GoldLink. You can review your lottery GPA, request a transcript. The main thing I want to remind you about GoldLink, that it is an online student system. Be sure and verify all your schedule changes. So if you drop a class, add a class, or if you withdraw, be sure and go back and look at your detailed schedule and look at your status and make sure that it shows that the course was dropped or added. And then print that off for your records. So here's your resources. So don't forget about that academic advisor. If you have questions, be sure and contact them. If you have any problems, you can always contact the ARC, the Advisement Resource Center, or you can also contact Undergraduate Student Advisement. Don't forget about GoldLink, the ETSU Online Undergraduate Catalog, the General Education and Proficiency Intensive website. If you want to know more about the Proficiency Exam or Computer Science 1100, the Developmental Studies Program or Compass testing. If you want to know more about high school deficiencies, college and major information can be found at this next website, Medical Professions Advisement. There's also a Need Help website, so if you're at ETSU's main page, you'll see a little Need Help. It's a quick reference site for some of the places you might need to visit. If you're having problems with GoldLink, as far as like resetting your PIN, or if you're having registration errors, please call them and they'll assist you or refer you to the appropriate resources. And then don't forget, here's the graduation website. Want to make sure that you're on track. So don't forget, working closely with your advisor or advisors and being familiar with the ETSU policies and procedures will ensure that you graduate in a timely and efficient manner. I hope you have a great time here at ETSU.